Hiya, I just wanted to make a quick video to tell you that you are ready to become a mentor. So many organisers worry that it's not the right time. And I often liken being a mentor to being a parent, because if you waited till you were ready to become a parent, likelihood is you would never do it. So being a mentor is about taking the leap and trying something new. Um, you probably joined to sell books, I'm guessing. You probably didn't consider the other part of the business that is open to you from day one, and that is being a mentor and sharing the opportunity with other people. What I think is amazing is so many people believe that they are not ready to become a mentor until they've done X, Y, and Z. Usborne believe that you're ready to become a mentor from the first day that you are an organiser yourself. They allow you to have new team members sign up under you on the first day that you are an organiser. Now, if they didn't believe that you could be a mentor, they wouldn't allow that to happen. A misconception of being a mentor is that you have to know more and you have to have had experience and you have to be telling your new team member what they should be doing. That's all complete rubbish, basically. You don't have to know everything. You don't have to be able to answer all their questions. A mentor doesn't know everything. A mentor will never know everything because all of our businesses are individual. Being a mentor means to me being a cheerleader. I am there to support my team. I am not there to do it for them. Sometimes people worry that they're going to be asked things that they don't know the answers to. That's absolutely fine because you can go and find the answer. You can ask your mentor, they can go and find the answer, and somehow an answer will be found. A mentor is not an all-knowing being, and I think lots of people are fearful of becoming a mentor because they think, what if someone asks me a question and I don't know? I don't want to look silly. The best mentors are the mentors who are honest and say, actually, I've never done that myself before, so shall we find out? And you can learn such a lot yourself from becoming a mentor. I fell into mentoring just a few days into my Usborne journey. I set up my launch party, and a friend who I invited said to me, actually, I used to be an Usborne lady. I think I'd quite like to do it again. And I'd read something somewhere about being a mentor. And I thought, hold on a minute. I hadn't even sold a book. I hadn't sold a book when she joined. So I didn't know what I was doing. I just saw it as an opportunity and I took it. So I fell into mentoring. I didn't go looking for that opportunity. But once I had that taste of it and I had the little ping in my email box saying someone you's joined your team, I thought, well, this is great. And I pushed myself to find another team member. I didn't want my Usborne journey to feel lonely. I wanted to share it with others. And by having team members joining me as their mentor, I saw it as I was kind of creating a little community. I didn't see it in any kind of hierarchy that I was better than them or that I knew more than them. We were learning together. It is a business of two halves. And if you want to make your Usborne business something that's sustainable, you really need to be thinking about doing both parts of the business. Selling books is fantastic. However, you're only allowing yourself the opportunity to be maximising the potential from one half of the business. By becoming a mentor, you are then creating a more sustainable business. Look at me coming out with all of these business terms, sustainable business. Where was I going with that? Yeah, so think to yourself at the moment, are you 100% putting your time into selling books? If you are, then the likelihood is you're not going to have anybody coming to you and asking you if you will be their mentor. I like to think of my business as that I promote it equally. I promote the books and I promote the opportunity. And every time you sell a book to somebody, you can use that to promote the opportunity to them as well. Not necessarily saying to them, did you know you can join for £48? But just that kind of drip feeding, law of attraction stuff, saying to them, oh yeah, I got that book for my son as one of my free books for being an organizer. Those little things can make people think, oh, I didn't know that was something that happened, and they might want to ask you more about it. There's loads and loads of resources about recruiting in tools and downloads and on Team Kaleidoscope, so I won't go into the technique of recruiting now, because this is about being ready to be a mentor. As you watch this now, you know far more about Usborne than you're probably giving yourself credit for. However long you've been an organiser for, whether it be a week, a month, 6 months or a year, think about what you know now that you didn't know the day you joined. We're picking up bits and pieces all the time, and you probably laugh at me for saying, but I sometimes still feel like I'm new, because there's so many things that I haven't done before. There's so many ways of doing things that I've not tried. Just because I have reached the level that I have doesn't mean that I know everything about the business. And sometimes I learn, or I do, not sometimes, a lot of the time, I'm learning from the people in my team. I'm learning from my leaders. It's very much a two-way relationship. Obviously, when you become a mentor, you will have the support of your mentor to help you become a mentor. And also you've got your team page that you're part of, and the executive page, which has got an abundance of resources that you will be able to signpost your new organizer to, as well as all of the resources on tools and downloads. So there's such a lot of external support, as well as those conversations that you will be having to build a relationship with your new team member. You are a listening ear. You aren't their boss. You're there to boost confidence and self-belief, and basically be that cheerleader saying, yes, you can. You took the leap to become an organizer. Use that feeling of wanting to try a new challenge, or whatever it was that sparked that interest in you becoming an organizer to sell books. Take the leap to try the next part of the business and become a mentor as well. Lots of people say about how it's a great feeling getting the books into children's hands and how rewarding that is. When you have a team, you're doing that on a much, much bigger scale. I was thinking to myself before I came to do this video, I think personally, totting up over the last 5 years, I think I've sold about £50,000 of books. I'm going to look shortly to see if that's accurate. My downline of people, starting with that first lady who joined a week after I joined, that first person became 2 people, became 3 people, and so on and so on and so on. Those people in my downline now have sold in the region of £2.5 million of books in 5 years. Now, that is a staggering difference that I've been able to make by starting my mentoring journey. The amount of books that is blows my mind. And if it had just been me, I would have been proud to have sold those £50,000 of books and the difference that I've personally made. But I've been able to bring people into the business and support them in getting books out to children and schools and communities. And so if you want to make a difference on a bigger scale, being a mentor, creating a team is going to increase that so much more. Where I likened it to being like a parent, how you're never going to feel ready for being a parent, but you just have to get on with it, otherwise you'd never do it. The pride that you feel when you're a mentor is very similar to being a parent. It's amazing seeing somebody who's joined your team with your support achieving amazing things. And many of you may know I was a primary school teacher, and I feel very similar to how I used to about the children in my class, when you see them flourishing and light bulb moments and the belief in themselves increasing. So being a mentor is such a lovely feeling when you see the people that you've brought into the business flourishing and thriving. Something I must mention is that people worry about the time that it's going to take to become a mentor. It's not like you're suddenly going to have a team of 20 people. It will be a gradual process that you will have your first team member, and you will signpost them to different resources in your team page, and you'll have little chats with them. hopefully you'll find it a very enjoyable experience. If it's taking up too much of your time, you're probably doing it wrong. There is no need to have conversations every day on the phone. There's no need to have even an hour conversation on the phone. It can be very quick kind of exchanges of communication, and because they're self-employed, you're not their boss, you're not telling them what to do every single day. There needs to be the self-motivation there for them to go off and do things, and they can come back and tell you what they've achieved, which is great. And I love that when people in my team come and say, I've sold this, or I think I've hit kit refund, or I think I've got my first team member, or that school booking is going to happen. And it's like this little woohoo, you can celebrate with them, and it's great that they want to come and tell you that. The last thing I want to tell you is that so many people wish they had done it earlier. So many people say to me, oh, I wish I'd got on the recruiting horse earlier. It's the fear, isn't it? It's the fear that's holding you back, the fear of doing it wrong. There is no wrong. You will be the mentor that you will be, and you have to just give yourself the chance to try it. I wouldn't be here now if I wasn't still a mentor. Being a mentor and a leader gives me the sparkle for my business. And don't diss it till you've tried it. Don't worry about what's going to happen until you're doing it. There will be plenty of support for you as a mentor. It's such an exciting time to bring people into the business. It's November. Oh, you might not be watching this in November. You might be watching this in the future. But currently it's November 2020. And although it's in the midst of the global pandemic, we're still selling crazy amounts of books, and it's an exciting time to bring people in. Next year, 2021, is our 40th anniversary, and there's lots and lots of exciting plans. Share your sparkle that you have for your business with other people. Let them share the Usborne sparkle. Let them experience the wonder of being part of this lovely community. Right, I've already talked for longer than I intended. As always, if you've watched my videos before, you know I do love to rattle on a little bit, but I hope that was useful. If you have any questions about being a mentor, do ask your mentor, your team leader, me, by posting on Team Kaleidoscope or part of the comments where I've posted this video. Being a mentor is wonderful, and I don't want you to miss out.